what I have to say about Rondo. This map was built for the fights, and it does not disappoint.
I'm looking to
There's
see any hot drops. My eyes, like, trying to figure out where people are going. It hurts. Possibly over here?
yeah, Pontoon hot drop, maybe.
That's the what? How do I?
Pontoon. Oh, what's Tilt Town doing over here with overpowered? They're just looking
I
for
don't
cars.
know. Wait. Yeah, it's
We
not
have
really
a
a hot
Neox
drop.
factory.
Yeah,
What's
that's
happening
that's
in
why I'm
Neox factory?
here, but it looks like they're kind of splitting up a bit. So it doesn't look like anything too much or too bad.
You got a little road rage going on.
I mean, it's all innocent fun. Wait, he's actually going. Oh my gosh, Adit is gonna go for Parch. Is that a Smurf name? Right.
It sounds like a Smurf game. It should be.
Adit just crashing into it. Oh my gosh, dude! You know what I'm so happy about?
What's
Actually,
that?
I lied. As long as circle doesn't go here. Oh wait, sorry. As long as circle doesn't go here, I will be very happy
It's a
with the
good game.
circle.
Yeah, that's
Because I'm
there
so
is a
tired of
giant
test
magnet.
track.
It's just a
Like-
giant magnet right there.
Whatever they did, but like where crack is, like above psycho, like this is where it ends 90% of the time. Like even yesterday
True.
we had it end up like near bamboo. So like this like top center of the map, like top east slightly, just someone has a specific attraction to it is how I'll phrase it to keep it PC. But my gosh, dude, it can be frustrating.
It's trying to anticipate circles on Rondo and Tego for that matter is like pulling teeth. There's no good way of doing it, and we know where it likes to go.
Yeah.
Right where crack is. But yeah, I mean, if it doesn't go there, I'll be happy.
Yes. Same.
There's just a giant magnet underneath the map that pulls the circles to it.
If it goes over here, I've seen one circle end here, but I would
Yep.
love it to go kind of like north of Zhaotin or like even stadium. I think we saw one stadium possibly.
Yeah, it's just to the like the bottom left of stadium, like down past the row of houses. There's
Yeah.
that hill, and it likes to end out there.
It's an interesting hill. I haven't seen too many people play it. But welcome back, Duel. I know that it was a long game too for you guys, or a long wait, I should say. That sounded more toxic than I anticipated. Ooh. Okay. All right, Badger. I am setting you up a soapbox because
Uh-oh.
I want to hear. I'll give you some direction for this after I make sure that nothing else happens here. What do you think is the best way to help the PUBG scene in North America specifically? Because I think that we've all kind of noticed a lack of any teams initiating their PUBG journey or sticking with it and losing drive, losing motivation, and losing ambition in their attempt to improve themselves to compete with other teams.
I gotcha. Yeah. Well, first and foremost, we need a more inviting environment for new competitive players. We need somewhere that they can go that they can feel like they can get their feet wet and develop without just having to sit out every game because they died instantly. No, I mean, part of learning is taking your lumps, and you you can't teach that. Somebody has to be willing to take their lumps. But I think if we had some form of environment that would be more welcoming new players, and I think that's something that's missing. And I'm trying to put this nicely. It's something that's been missing for a little while now from the North American competitive scene. Is just purely focusing on North America. Like, North America used to be a huge area with a lot of players, and slowly over time they just kind of dwindled out. Whether it's attrition, they just got bored with the game or whatever. Which I mean, who can quit this game? I can't. I can't quit this game.
I don't think any of us can. I'll be honest. I mean, that's why we're here, right?
Yep. So I think if we had more North American sanctioned events, maybe a North American league, maybe a North American weekly tournament, something that would draw players in. I think a weekly tournament is probably the best way to draw new players in. And you just do, like it doesn't even have to be. You could do a pay to play. You could do a pay to win, like.
Not pay to win, but pay to play.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I know, just clarifying.
Yeah, thank you for that. Yeah, pay to win. You give me $50, I'll let you win. Nah, dude.
It's the best thing for the scene.
Yeah, it's perfect. No, I think like $10, $10 a team.
Yeah.
And
I
you have to do something.
I do want to say that just like where Badger is coming from is just a desire to grow the game, and so please don't take any offense, anyone, because he just wants to see the game grow.
Yep, that's it. I'm not trying to poo-poo on anybody.
Yeah, and he's not trying to say anything bad about SA teams or anything. We just have a special place in our hearts for NA because we're also NA, and like they are different regions, and we believe they should be different regions. Like we want the game to be big enough that like it stays separate. Like for server integrity, like
Absolutely.
SA is doing phenomenally, and they're doing incredibly well on global stages, regional stages, like every single stage, and they've been outdoing NA, and we just want a place for NA to grow. And Scrims has been doing a great job of progressing SA in every way, shape, and form. But right now, we don't have someone like that who's helping out NA. So Capitan, though, he's going to take some shots over at Vinny, and Mime actually going to go ahead and flick onto him, take a shot, but Capitan is going to be fine and get out of there. So again, just take it with a grain of salt, guys, because we love PUBG. We want the game to do well, and do I classify us as nerds, passionate people? Like what's the best way to classify us? All of the above?
We are PUBG addicts. That's the only way to put it.
That's fair.
We are. This game pulls you in. Once bitten by the bug, you don't get.
How many times have you said I'm gonna retire or I'm done with this game, and then you come back a little bit later?
Like 3. After every like major loss in a tournament, I'm like, okay, guys, I want to take a break, and then like a week later, I'm like, hey guys, what's happening?
And I get it. After especially a tournament, people need time to decompress in order to collect their thoughts and their feelings, because it is frustrating, especially when you're playing at like a relatively high level and you're like, dude, I could have done so much better, we could have done so much better. Like it is frustrating seeing like stupid mistakes or something. So
hindsight's a poison.
And what's the cure?
Cure is more practice. It's VODs. That's what it is. Watch your VODs.
Watching VODs, dude. Catch Badger after every scrim set. He's just gonna watch VODs. He'll coach you guys for free. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, right. Okay, let's all break this down here.
Oh my gosh. See, I can't volunteer Badger's time like that because he's an important man with important things to do. Ooh.
Yeah.
I love the way you said that, bro. Just full on, just like, yeah, I don't, but I'm gonna say that I do. Yes! Oh, thank the Lord. Let's go. Finally. Like, Furia, I know, like, yes, you wanted it to shift over towards you, and it should, but this is the kind of circle that I want. All right, IQ, he's after our hearts, Badger. I'll be honest. He's after our hearts.
I love this man for being up in the air right now.
He is a young player. Okay, correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought he's a young player with like lots of potential, and I love
IQ's been around, brother.
No. He's been around, but like he's still a young guy, like in general. Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. We have lots of time with IQ. Yeah, he's gonna be here for years.
Yeah. Okay. That's what I was saying. I wasn't saying that he's like new to the scene. I'm saying that he's just like a young guy, like. A little bit of fresh blood isn't quite the vibe that I'm going for, because he's not fresh, but like he's passionate, aggressive, however you want to phrase
yeah.
it.
Yeah, he's a very smart player.
Yeah.
Akin to his name. He is a very
Oh,
intelligent
shoot.
player. He has a lot of empathy for what other teams are doing around him.
Empathy.
Appreciate
That's not something that I would expect you to say. Dude, I'll be
Yeah.
honest, I would love to play more with some of these players because I feel like I probably could, but I'm just like, I'm just a caster. They don't want to be bothered by me.
You can learn a lot. You can just learn a lot from just watching them play. The way
Yeah.
that they set themselves up and support their team and anticipate pushes. It's really cool.
Well, Luminosity, they're stuck here. They're hopeful that Circle's going to go their way. But only time will tell. Sparking is going to find a knock on him. Bestia also got a knock, and I guess this is exactly what I asked for. So, ooh, at it. He's getting close. He has an MG3. That is a brutal gun. The stairs. Yeah. I don't feel like it was a fair fight at all, to say the least.
Yeah, it's the MG for you.
Yeah. In the hands of a good player, it's nasty. And in the hands of a bad player, it's mediocre.
I mean, I'll say the MG is like probably the most overpowered weapon in the game.
Really? You would say MG over P90?
I would.
All right.
I would.
Fox is just better, but he will go down. Immediately gets flushed out as well. And now it is just the Bizzler who's left. And I believe that Liquid still have everyone up. Pretty Curdy is knocked, but it's a good nade. Should get a re-knock, I imagine, but look from behind. You do have Bestia, and Luminosity should know. Vinny going to go ahead and find one. Snakers has been spotted. That is it for Luminosity. And it's actually just a duo. Bestia is just the two of them, and oh my gosh. Well, I don't know why my game is having such a hard time with this. It is struggling, but Liquid now have to deal with pure energy going on top of them, and Haven's going to find Alo, and he's going to be knocked down and flushed immediately, or pretty darn soon, you imagine. He punched him out, bro. That's toxic.
It took him a while too. You have to imagine he was carrying him around.
Oh, I imagine that they were just talking crap in chat, honestly. Dude, this is a fun circle. Let's go. All right.
This is fun.
What do you think is going to happen? I've only played here once. I think like it ended over here. Like this was a pub game, so like it's different than comp. But I'm very curious to see. Oh my gosh. Well, it doesn't matter because Mime, he has a blue zone. Pretty Curdy does go down. That's going to be a beautiful nade as well. And there's no way. That is so good coming out from Mime. Sparking, though, trying to help out. He does get him. And now I think it's just a 1v1. Sparking versus Vinny. Former teammates at some point at some team. I think Bestia? Like long ago, like a year and a half ago, something like that?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure. But Dot's going to go ahead. Oh, no. No, not the tree. Well, they're going to lose Shane, and there is no way that... Oh, my gosh, Bliss. Oh, my gosh. That's not what you wanted. Well, it's going to be a disastrous rotate for Don't Overthink. Can't say the last one. But I do love their name. Their name's great. Good shots coming out from Sparking, and Luke is going to go down. It is just Sparking left, but at least they'll get something for their troubles in Duel. All right, I'm going to analyze Duel, and I want you to tell me if I'm wrong.
All right, let's hear it.
Duel loves to be an edge team. Like, not just edge, but like edge team. Because in both Miramars, I'm pretty sure, as well as this one, we've seen them come incredibly late from circle and then try to take open space onto whatever rotate, which I feel like can work out super well, but is also incredibly risky. And it makes them miss out on like every single fight in the mid to early game.
You know,
like they activate kind of later. Am I wrong in this?
Here's the thing about edge play is if you stay alive in the mid and late game, most other teams are going to be fractured by the time you get there.
Yep.
So they're spending most of their time on the edge, surviving, capitalizing on early game kills, and I really appreciate that. And the other part about being an edge team is after like phase 4, phase 5, the blue is essentially your fifth player. It's watching your back.
Yep, I hear
You
that.
know? So, I would say like basically what they're doing is they're trying to stay 4 up. They're trying to have their strength in numbers so that when they get into late game and they're fighting against fractured teams, they have those offset numbers.
So I think
And
the thing that I'm... Oh, no. The thing I'm worried about for them is that I think that they're actually themselves are kind of fractured when they come in, not because of knocks and not because of anything, but they take so much blue damage that essentially if any team is on the edge, they run a really high risk of getting knocked to that.
Here's the other thing about edge play is when they're stretched out like they do, when they anchor the blue all the way into the circle, they're guarding from wraps in from the left and right. And that's the whole point of doing that and taking your time. And so, they already have the information on what's in front of them. They have good defenses to what's left and right of them. It's just that type of play is just you have to do it right.
Yeah.
And I hear what you're saying about, like taking blue zone damage and like coming in, already licking your wounds, being, like half health. And there's a right way and a wrong way to do that. So you always have to have somebody forward in the zone off the edge, giving everybody a place to come in with the blue. So they're not just sitting out there eating it. Kind of like what K-Mine's doing right now. K-Mine's anchoring inside the white circle.
Yeah.
And these guys are outside right now guarding to the left and right. This is their piece of their pie. They're protecting their line. And I can really appreciate what's happening here.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not trying to... All right, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of thought that Sparky was gonna activate onto this relatively soon, but I could be wrong. All right, never mind. He's just saying screw this. I respect it. I feel like I understand it. I'm just worried from like a points perspective. Like I just feel like it hasn't been working out for them for like the past 4 months, and I'm getting a little worried. I'll be honest. Like I want them to do well. So Valiant taking some shots, trying to go for a tire. Not going to find it, but Rocky is going to spin out at some point. But no knock just yet, and they are going to make it. But RBN actually gets flushed out by himself. Sorry, continue. I didn't mean to interrupt you, sir.
How did that happen?
I do not know.
It's starting to get wild. It's starting to get wild right now. No, I think all that they need to do is they need to start applying pressure around the edge instead of just going straight in from the edge. They need to start looking for other fractured teams that are around the edge, and try and like what's happening with OSC right now. They should be getting active on that and forcing it on the rotation.
Well, we might have to pick that up later because Fantastico, he did jump out, or are they just in another vehicle? I think that was BL's. So, sold, and Fantastico trying to make their way in somehow, but this is absolute carnage and chaos for them, and they're just going to hit something, and this might be it for them. There's no way that they can survive this with pure energy. They have to have nades,
Fantastico.
correct?
Yeah, Fantastico needs to get some smokes up. There we go. There we go. That's some good offensive smoke. Not putting it down right on top of himself. Create some range, a little bit disillusion for the...
There we go.
I bite my tongue. They were not fooled. Pure Energy knew exactly where they were.
It's also helpful when you have blue zone nades,
True. True.
Well, Outlaws, it has been absolute chaos this entire game, and that is going to continue as Systematico is going to go ahead and take down Curvy as we have like 3-4 teams here. How do I say that name?
Mia, blah, blah. I don't even know, man.
I'm glad.
Mia. Maya. Meow.
I don't know, bro.
Meow.
Meow?
It's meow meow.
Meow meow. We're going meow meow, guys. I like that the most. I'm glad that it wasn't just me, but the flicks. That is going to be 2 down on to Pure Energy, and Mafu is going to be saving their butts. Only 2 up for them as the rest of the lobby still trying to figure it out. Animaniacs does go down. Valiate He has to be careful because that molly is not actually going to hit onto him. And it looks like they should be able to get their team up completely, which is actually going to work for them. Gump has to be careful because of the push from the 3, and he's dead. TR, the last one alive on to Outlaws. Valiant is actually going to go down. And now it is just Penta who's left alive. The faithful, the dedicated, the Penta. But the rest of his team have to be careful because Systematicos now are able to activate, start taking fight, but they're taking a lot of blue damage. Trimble gonna be taken down from far. And now Tiltown have to just lick their wounds. But I'm worried about the rest of Systematicos because they are not in zone and they have to make some play in. TR could be in a prime position to pick up all these points because blue is going to be ticking so hard onto them. Penta. Sorry, what?
He's just playing time. He's trapped there too because of overpowered.
Yeah. I mean, you know, we were talking about them earlier, and Duel now in a good spot. They have a lot of real estate to play, and I mean, Systematicos. With all due respect, I'm just not watching that. Like, they're just going to go down to blue, it looks like. So, there's a... Oh my gosh, this is actually so nice. This is like a perfect dip for them. They can, like, start here.
Yeah.
And then just play on from there. Penta going to go ahead and find Ribeiro. As Furia do have sightlines on to what feels like every single team in this lobby. Circle does go their way. And Duel, they have a way in. It's not the prettiest, but it's a way in. Wait a second. Bro, Sparking has been alive this entire time.
He is a survivor, man.
Oh my god. How? I swore him off, but Duel does have to be careful because 55 is pushing on over 2-3 of them made their move. The nade wasn't good enough. It does not knock anyone just yet, and 55 has made a very important... Ooh, they've saved so much time, and Tony gonna find K-Mine. Wooly now trying to hold the line, but it is not gonna work, and Tony is destroying Duel all by himself. It feels like Lobes doesn't go down, but he's on to 1 HP as IQ returns the favor, gets 1 knock. IQ and Lobes, the last 2 alive, trying to get rid of the rest of 55. Psycho trying to get ahead of them. That nade, not going to find a knock, and with the flush coming out, means that they've lost some of their potential. Oh, and with the last bullet, IQ is going to find Sam Crow. Peeks on over, finds Psycho, gets him down, but now it is a 1v1. Never mind, I lied, because the nade is going to kill them all. And 55 are battered, bloodied, and beaten, but they're alive.
Man, what a fight. Oh no! No, don't flush him. Don't touch him.
No rest for the Wicked. Furia now just taking sights and shots onto everyone. This high ground has been saving them as Part should go down. And who is it? Crack? Yeah, Crack went a little bit earlier, and now Mira. I mean, Mira's 4 up. They're in zone, and that's better than I can say for most people. 55 with the 6 kills. Furia, how many did they have? They had 4, and then Mira, you had like 1? Nope, never mind. Not even, I lied. But especially if they can kill Furia, this will be massive for them because they do have a spot to play, but only if they get rid of Furia. So Furia is really going to be the dictator for this lobby to see how it goes.
Curious, I think Furia might take that deflate in front of him. That's what I do. I just take it away from him and just block him out. If you can keep an anchor up on the hill to watch over overpowered and make sure they don't push over. Ooh, looks like Mira might be on the move.
I think they're just repositioning cars. Like, there's no way they move off of that, right? There's nowhere to move. Someone got into a car, correct.
Somebody's going to get antsy. Somebody's going to get antsy if they're going to anchor. Oh, man, the shift.
It's a rough shift. And it favors Furia. And wait, did Furia already win the game? Am I going crazy?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, they did.
Okay.
I think they won game 1, right?
I think so. Yes, because they got like 8 kills and 55 had like 16 or something. But Stilzen, he's not quiet and he doesn't have enough armor. And Psycho says, "Thank you so much for the point. We really appreciate it." You know, charity isn't necessary sometimes, but it is kind. And actually, it's going to be Fake Zen who knocks Karak on the other side.
Hippo with a god nade coming through. So close.
The stuns are beautiful. He has so many of them. Was the P90 really necessary?
It was completely necessary.
Completely necessary with the jump shot regardless. Well, Faravero and Pippa, the last two alive. 4 overpowered. Furia all up on 4, and so is Mira, and Furia are just very happy with this. VHZ, though, getting a good knock on Zera if they want to go ahead and try to do something from this, but I have a feeling they won't. Never mind. I'm just lying at this point. Apparently, I just don't know. Mira, they're going to lose 1. They're going to lose 2. Haven down to 1 HP, and Mira have sacrificed their game trying to make a play happen, and it's not going to work out.
Yeah, Haven smelled that from a mile away.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like every single
ready.
person kind of knew that as soon as that knock came in, they had to do something.
Yep.
Well, Poza going to go down to VHZ, who's starting to run towards them. But I mean, this was planned to leave him as an anchor, so like they can't even be mad that he's back here, you know?
Yep. He is
Spots out
smoke.
Haven. I mean, I think he might be out of luck too. Nothing to play. If he goes down to an emergency flare, I will die laughing. Yep. Kind of as we expected. It is now just Pippa left as Crack is now moving his way in, trying to get the spot, and will probably flick because I feel like I know him. Oh, he gets one shot, can't get the next, and Pippa, the P90 is P90. So Pippa trying to get a point before he goes down, and actually, never mind, he's not even going to go for the flush. Just yet, at least.
He's going to save the ammo. Save that ammo.
I mean, I would do it with the DMR, but it doesn't matter because he got the point anyway. He's not inside zone, and they know it.
You tell that.
Will that get him? P90, it does wonders. It gets 1. It's going to get the flush as well. Now in a 1v2. There's no way that this man can do a 1v4. They don't give it to him like this, right?
Why is Furia giving him 1s?
Yeah, I was about to say. I think they were kind of, well, I can understand the first one. Second one, I can't understand as much.
No. Then Grisera's still on the hill. Like, I guess, okay, they have zone control. They do,
yeah, exactly. So, like, he has to make a move first.
Yeah, the first 2, they didn't even have to push.
No, they didn't.
You know, I appreciate them trying to get the game over for us.
Ooh, good headshot. Or was it a headshot? No, it wasn't even a headshot. If only he had 3 gear. Well, it doesn't matter. Chicken dinner, back to Furia. They got more kills than they did their first time round. So 10 kills, 10 points is going to be